Hello and welcome back to my classroom. Today I'm going to take you on a classroom tour, show you all the ins and outs. We have been in school for 4 weeks, so it is well loved already, and I can't wait to show you around. If you're new here, I'm Rachel Vincent, and this is my 19th year teaching. It is also my 5th year in 4th grade in upstate South Carolina, and I'm happy to have you here. If you missed any of the classroom setups, I have that playlist linked below. I have 3 videos taking you on the full week I was here setting everything up and getting everything ready. There are some new things I have added to the room and changed a little, and I will tell you what those are as we go around. So let's take a look. Just a quick overview of the classroom. I am standing in the back corner, and this is what it looks like at the end of a Monday. So I didn't clean up or anything. I just left everything as is. And I will take you in so we can have a deep dive look. All right, so starting here at our classroom door over here, I have a few of Chromebook shortcuts for the students to reference, and then we have our emergency bag, and then seasonal books. These are back to school books, and then I have a few September books. And then this tub down here will eventually be our soft start shelf with Legos and different activities, but we haven't started that yet, so that is hopefully coming in the next few weeks. And then we have our book boxes. Students have about 3 to 5 different books that they keep in these boxes. They only trade them out once a week in our class library. That way I don't have students constantly in the class or library switching out books, and they actually spend time reading them. Then up top we have these read alouds are books that I read aloud to the students, our schedule, our calendar, and the best class ever. And this is right beside our cubbies. So these are where students keep their materials and hang their book bags. I'm not getting too close because they have their lanyards that they use for lunch and library checkout. And then we have our multiples posters. Up here I have seasonal stuff for decorating the classroom in those tubs, and then I have just some decorations from the Target dollar spot from over the years. I will take you into the cabinets so you can see what is behind them. So honestly, this cabinet is just copy paper. When we get our giant box of copy paper, we get 1 1/4, and I stack it up in there, so not a whole lot to see in this one. This cabinet has extra office supplies, mostly things that are kind of big, like notebooks, labels, extra folders, extra pencils. This is our birthday container that students get to have on their desk. This is just from the Dollar Tree, and then they get markers and pens and pencils that they get to use on their birthday. I have some extra Nikki folders up here. This is a tower challenge that we do at the beginning of the year, and then a balloon pump. In here I have more birthday supplies. I actually haven't put together their birthday bags this year, which is usually what are stacked up in here. But this year I bought them some fun pencils. I have erasers, homework passes, and other things that I put in there, candy. And I also bought them like this is a box of little rubber band bracelets for their birthday. And then in this one I have our sign that goes on the door and on the whiteboard, and then the chair cover, mints for testing, and then honestly just a bunch of random stuff up there. This cabinet has a lot of my overflow supplies from my teacher toolbox. So random office supplies, clothespins, highlighters, dry erase, Sharpies, more dry erase. I think this has erasers, tape, sticky notes, pens, more tape, and just miscellaneous stuff that I use occasionally but not regularly. In here we have more supplies. These are boxes that I keep little gifts and cards and things that are special from students, some National Geographic, composition notebooks, some DVDs, my math volume 2 curriculum. And then the last shelf are our either class sets of novels or guided reading or book club novels. So that takes us around to our back wall. We have our anchor charts starting here. We're still spaced. We're still learning, again, only 4 weeks in. So we also have this cart here that has clipboards for students to access. And then their science and social studies books, textbooks. I decided not to keep them in their cubbies this year because I wanted to give them a little bit of extra space. And then we have our habits. And then this is a cabinet right here. I'm not showing you, but it has student birthdays listed on it. And so then I have big cabinets right here. They have their leadership roles, and I'm gonna back up because again, they have student names on them, so I don't want to show them. So here you can see these are all of their leadership roles, which are essentially just class jobs, and they have a little note card in there. They're the Target square pockets. And this resource is from Molly Malloy on TPT. I like the way it looks. So we also have our back counter, and then we have our theme board from Joanne Miller, also on TPT, where theme is a big topic in 4th grade. And all of our read alouds that we do, we have a class discussion on what we think the theme of the book is. So this summer I printed out little covers. I just Google search them, and each time we do a read aloud we have a class discussion on it, like we did this one today, and talked about how the theme is courage. So in my big tall cabinets up here I have books that are kind of overflow from our district. They didn't quite fit in my classroom library, so I put them up here. And honestly, I don't even know what's all back there. Bunch of random stuff. I have my recess blanket for when it's cold out, extra tubs. A lot of this stuff is either class transformation type of decorations. In this bottom tub are my things that I want to keep from when I taught 2nd grade. Broom, testing folders, again, extra storage. And then here I have where I hang up all of my borders. And then on this side, the majority of this up here are my seasonal books that I have stored in there, and it kind of comes down here. And then notebook paper that the students brought in. This basket is just empty, there's nothing in there. My toolbox. And then I have task cards in here, highlighters back there, some decorations. And then playing cards for math, giant Uno, our stickers for our sticker store, pumpkin math. Here's all our class store items. These are our passes that I pull out. And then I have pencils and erasers in the top, candy in the bottom, so they can buy all those. And then our treasure box, which has little trinkets that they can buy as well. So all of this stuff are class store items. And then I don't even know what's back there in that container. My sub tub and our benchmark assessment from F&P. Not my favorite, but it is what it is. So I'm very fortunate to have a lot of storage in this classroom. So this is where we keep all of our tissues and wipes and extra pencil boxes. A teacher left at the end of last year, and so she gave me a lot of her extra supplies. In this cabinet, again, I bought a lot of crayons when they were on sale so I can give out to students. We were not allowed to ask for crayons this year, so they will probably all get a new little pack around Christmas time to refresh all of our glue sticks. And then I have dry erase markers and erasers, a class set of scissors, and then up here are paint items. Typically I don't pull any of that out until we're making Christmas gifts or Mother's Day gifts. I have more scissors in here, my hot glue gun, liquid glue, and then this is a lot of like just craft items, stickers. This is like neon read-on, glow game type stuff, string, things I use for science experiments, and this is just a bunch of random miscellaneous holiday stuff. These are the rug grippers I use on my carpet to keep it from pulling out the corners coming up. It is the best. It is sticky, so it sticks down, but it is removable and does not leave any adhesive behind. It is wonderful. And then this last cabinet has some overflow of Ziploc bags, some extra containers, duct tape, random supplies that I was going to donate to our steam room that I haven't given to them yet. More random, like coffee filters, toothpicks, straws, popsicle sticks, bags for Valentine's Day, just random. Utensils, plates. Back here is also where we keep our pencil sharpener and pencil cups, and then extra crayons. And our back counter pretty much stays empty. They do keep their water bottles here during the day, so we don't have them falling on the floor or spilling. And then in these drawers we have extra pencils. So normally I actually kept all of the pencils I collected from students in here, and then my pencil person would just refill. But I did something different with supplies that I will show you this year in just a few minutes. Then we have, these are where I access Ziploc bags, forks, spoons, cups, just for random parties, random items, a bunch of just random stuff. And the bottom drawer has fraction tiles, rulers, protractors, things we need for math. This is where I keep all of my chart paper in the top drawer. Then here are my pre-made anchor charts and posters and some of the things that I just didn't hang up from last year and didn't want to get rid of it. Class set of crayons and markers. Our Christmas countdown, and just some big books and other displays. And then this bottom has our social studies weeklies. Over here we have our soft start items that I haven't put out yet. Plus I have some flexible seating options that I have not put out yet either. I am slowly rolling those out this year. And then under the sink is just some cleaning supplies, a stool. I have dusters for my librarians to dust our shelves. And then over here we have our class library. This shelf is full of very popular books or series books, books that I have a lot in the series. The top shelf is our nonfiction. This shelf contains just chapter books that actually belong to me. This has our Dork Diaries and Dogman books, and then these are just a bunch of more chapter books. And then here we have our fiction books that are picture books. And then our class window. And then we lead to my area. These are our book of the month for our school, and then we have our lost property for any missing items, items found on the floor, lined paper for students to access, and then these are where I am keeping student supplies this year. So instead of just collecting them and having a giant collection, making a more community-based slide or supplies, they keep one of each item in their pouches, and then all of their extras went in a bag with their number on it. So when they need an extra expo marker or more pencils, they just come to their bag and get their supplies. And this has been amazing this year because the amount of pencils that I find on the floor is a lot less. Students don't leave their caps off their glue or eraser or dry erase markers. They keep better care of it because it belongs to them and they brought it in. So they do have pencil boxes in their cubby that they keep their crayons in, because otherwise they would play with crayons all day. And then I provided them with these little bags that I purchased on Amazon, and they keep one glue stick, one dry erase marker, and then 3 pencils. Some of them have more than that. I don't really keep track. And then their eraser for their dry erase marker. And these all stay in their colored containers on their desk that also have their work folders that they keep their classwork that they're not finished with. And also at the very bottom are their whiteboards that they use. So it's all right there because I have tables and not desks. I try to keep the things we use the most right at their fingertips. And then in their cubbies, they keep their pencil box, which keeps it from falling, taking up so much room. They keep their crayons in there, colored pencils, and then they have their notebooks in there for reading, math, and science. They have their leadership notebooks in there. They keep their headphones. They would keep their math books in there, but our math books are still on back order. So after that really comes into more my area. So I have my student files that after checking their work or grading their work, I just stick it back here. And then on Wednesdays, I file it and put it into their Thursday folders. This colorful drawer is where I keep all of my resources and copies for each subject. Instead of doing it by day, I do it by subject. So these are all my Leader Me resources, language, so I have copies that I need for the week. And then like as I'm building my language board, which is over here, I'm only putting up what we're learning. So I have my extra resources there. Again, different things that I'm using, just it all fits in there. I like that it's big, it fits the copies, it fits notebooks and resources, read alouds, things like that. So like I said, I really didn't clean up anything, so this is exactly what you get. I have my wall, and then here students can access this. I have erasers, nurse passes, and band-aids, and then just some decor. I have my teacher toolbox, which I keep things that I need readily at my fingertips. And then I just have some baskets that just hold a bunch of random things. This is like my junk basket, something I don't know where it will go or it doesn't fit in there, like tape, label maker, things like that go in there. We're currently doing a light unit, so I have all my flashlights and prisms for light there. And then that probably will fit better there. And then I have my tape, scissors, and stapler. These are the covers for our theme board. So as we read, I just kind of pull that open and we put it up on the board. These pens are for students if they get a colorful pen pass. These are scraps from my notebook tabs that they use for bookmarks. All my pens, and then I just have different resources. These are their Thursday folders. These are just random things that I need at my fingertips for lesson planning. And then all of my drawers to keep my paperwork. This is also where I put my lunchbox. And then I have like my math book, my neck fan, my personal items, another fan because it is hot in the South after recess, more of my personal things. I have a hook here where I hang my book bag, my printer, my umbrella that I take with me to recess to create my own shade. And then just a bulletin board for different things that I need, and then my schedule so I know what I should be doing each day during my planning time. So I'm getting everything done that I need to get done. And then here's my desk. I like my laptop propped up. It gives me a little more space. I have my desk calendar, my clipboard that has my grade book and my student checklists and things like that. I have my document camera, and then this little container houses all of my what are these? Remote controls for my smartboard, my doorbell, my lights, lunch cards for students who don't have lanyards. These actually my coworker gave to me because she said they matched my borders, and I plan to hang them up there, but I just haven't had the time to get up on the counter and do that. And then I just have, these are what I'm reading aloud this week. We have our language board. Students have a language practice page that they do weekly, and oftentimes they forget what some of these things are, so as we talk about it, I add it to the board. And then this is our turn-in bin. Students turn in their work there. This is where I put extra copies for the week, and then eventually they go to my extra copies drawer once we've moved past it. This houses our date numbers for the board up here. And then calendar pieces for our calendar, cardstock, color paper, white paper, dry erase pockets, our class store ledger, notes and tardy slips, our extra copies, all of my visionary of the week stuff. So when it's time for our new visionary of the week, I've already made it for the entire year, pull that out. So I put our Scholastic book orders. And then this is a student job, our lunch menu. So students move their number to their lunch choice. This is where I put our class read aloud. And then our visionary of the week goes there. We only do it on 5-day weeks. Yesterday was Labor Day, so we don't have that. Our principal provided us with grade level equipment for recess. So because I'm grade level chair, it stays in our room. And then I have our Promethean board and our clock. This chair is for my visionary of the week. They get to sit in it. That is my stool. And then I just have a couple of desks up here for when students are charging Chromebooks or just need to move away from students to take a break. I do have a couch in my classroom, and so each table rotates the day they get to sit on it, which is what this is. My tables are color coordinated, and then we also have the book shopping, so they know when they can switch out books from their book boxes. Then we're doing a class versus the teacher for our weekly goal to line up, our hand signals, our place value chart, our no talking. And then we have our goals. Because we are a Leader in Me school, we are constantly setting goals. We have our big grade level goal for fact fluency. We have our class mission statement. I'm trying not to show you their names. They all signed it. We are doing a class goal for related arts, and then our habits review, and we will add to that as the year goes on. That takes us back to the front of the room. So if you have any questions about anything you saw or where I got something, I will try to link as many things down below as possible. But let me know in the comments if there's anything you see that you want more details on. Well, that is it. I hope you enjoyed. Again, let me know if there's anything you want more details on. And if you'd like to see any of my setup videos, at the beginning of the year when I first put all this up, it was blank because they painted the walls. Check out the playlist that is on your screen now.